Welcome back to Plants Not Plastic. I'm Nikita, and today we're making a simple and comforting vegetable noodle soup. I actually call this one Get Well soup because it's the best replacement I found for that chicken noodle soup we all grew up eating when we weren't feeling well. It's an easy 1 to 2 serving recipe made in a single pot with healthy ingredients and a quick, warm broth that'll help to hydrate you when you're sick or just make you happy when you want a fast and cozy meal. So here's everything you'll need to make this recipe. I'll also leave everything in the description box below, along with a link to the blog post with some inviting photos and a printable recipe card. Starting with the veggie prep, we'll slice the celery, chop the potatoes, dice the onion, and mince the garlic. We'll then toss the celery, onion, and garlic into a medium saucepan over medium-low heat and saute for 3 to 4 minutes to soften before adding the potatoes and cooking for an additional 2 to 3 minutes until the bottom of the pan begins to brown. I'll note here that softening and not browning your celery, onion, and garlic is key, as this will allow them to properly release their flavor into the broth later on. Next, we'll make the broth by adding nutritional yeast, soy sauce, and the 5 cups of water to the pan. Give it a good stir to remove all that browned up flavor and bring it to a boil. When it's good and boiling, let the potatoes cook for 2 to 3 minutes while you measure out your pasta. Then add the dry pasta to your pot and cook for about 10 minutes. Keep in mind that your noodles will continue to cook in the broth once the heat is turned off, so you'll want them al dente rather than soft. Once your noodles are cooked, remove your saucepan from the heat and add your corn, and then season with salt and pepper. Kind of a tip here, if you add frozen corn, it will help to cool the soup down faster so that you can eat it faster. Dishing out 2 bowls and setting one aside for, let's say, my sick husband, though let's be honest, I'm going to eat both of them. I'll garnish my own with a bit of parsley and dig in for a taste test. This soup is pretty much the definition of wholesome. It's warm, mild yet flavorful, full of great comforting ingredients and filling without being heavy. It's a recipe I look forward to often, sick or not, because it just feels good to eat. For how it stacks up against an alternative, I'm not going to do a breakdown for the sake of time, but you can check out the full nutrition label on the blog that links out to Chronometer. This recipe, though, is just like my others. When comparing it to a non-vegan or processed vegan option, it will very likely cost you less to make, have more fiber, and you get to eat more of it for the same number of calories. So that's it for today's recipe. If you try it out, let me know in the comments. You can also subscribe to my blog for recipes right to your inbox and connect with me on social media for day-to-day content. Also, if there's a recipe that you would like to see from me, let me know. I'm always looking for new ones. And don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, give this video a thumbs up, and come back next time. Bye!